Denny Blanco, my man, how you doing?
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Into the Game podcast. Your man was running around a little late. The lateness is on your boy, Denny Blanco. Not on super producer, Randy J. Cruz. You sons of bitches. This guy just literally beat me up just now. So I want everybody to know. Your man just beat me up just right now.
That's right.
These are bruises. It's not that I'm black. These are bruises that he just gave me. So thank you for everyone that's been tuning in and watching, listening to Into the Game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. Of course, we've missed you all.
Yeah. You can find Denny Blanco on social media at Sir Denny Blanco, TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, all that good stuff. Myself, Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter J, CRUZ. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. If you're watching us live on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. We are doing this live on Friday, April 4th. Got some things to talk about.
Salute to y'all on a Friday.
You know,
salute to you on a Friday. Great.
Anybody with questions, comments, feedback, hit us up in the chat. Again, if you're watching live on X or on YouTube, first of all, we thank you. But let's hear from you.
Also, before you go, you listen. Click that little notification box.
That's right.
On YouTube as well and on Twitter. So when we go on, you know exactly when we're on and you can check us out for sure.
Yeah, so I wanted to start. Obviously, there's a few things I want to bring up from the last week or so in the NBA outside. But today, I just found out, like maybe 20 minutes ago, it's a nice anniversary in the world of college basketball. April 4th, 2016. Do you happen to know about April 4th, 2016 college basketball?
Let me Google.
No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Let me chat GPT. Hold on, my guy. Hold on. Let me. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Talk to me.
All right. So I might as well just show you.
All right. Well, super producer Randy J. Cruz. He's not just an on-air talent. The man can actually produce, cut, edit.
Mm-hmm.
He knows Photoshop, Adobe,
or it's like Adobo.
He knows Photoshop, Adobe, Adobo. He knows CapCut, ChatGPT, whatever.
All right, you ready? This happened 9 years ago today, April 4th, 2016. But once you see it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly where I was at that day."
To the court with Archie Diacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives
it
for the championship.
Said North Carolina that.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm looking at what Brunson on there. Brunson, Hart, and
Bridges,
and Bridges, right?
They're
on that team. Yeah,
exactly, all of them. Dante? Nah, I don't think Dante was on that one. I don't think he was on that one. All right. Did my man Denny Blanco freeze already? We just started the show. All right. I was showing Denny Blanco the 9-year anniversary of Villanova winning the national championship on a buzzer beater by Jenkins.
There you go. I was like, was Devo on there too as well?
I don't think Dante was there at the time. I could be wrong, but I don't think he was there. So yeah, man, 9 years ago. Hence why I'm wearing the Nova Boys shirt. Shout out to my guys at All Flying Natives. So on here, just little Nova.
Little light
going on, a little light,
cats, meow, cats, meow, meow.
So yeah, do you recall that moment? Because I was like, that's like what the only game winner in for like at the buzzer.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, Yeah,
right?
I remember the game going back and forth, a tight game. Clearly, North Carolina is always the bigger name. than Villanova.
Yeah.
But for those that follow Villanova as far back as I do, whether it's Jerome Allen, whether it's Matt Maloney, this is before some of you guys.
Matt Maloney, wow.
There you go. When you guys,
Oh,
think about basically it's called Pennsylvania, Philadelphia basketball, gods. Or, I say Matt Maloney, I say Jerome Allen, obviously Kerry Kittles. Yeah, Brunson, Devo, all these guys.
Kyle Lowry, Allen Ray.
There you go. So
we're going back.
Yeah, all these guys that have played in those Philadelphia, so many colleges that you can pick from around there, but obviously it's the Big East. And so when I look back at that game, it just reminds me of the little guy going against the big guy. North Carolina's always there. Sometimes it just feels like they're always there, representing the ACC. But the Big East has gotten way better in the last couple of years. And what's funny too, it's the ACC has gotten worse, in my opinion, when it comes to college basketball. Seems like the ACC's gone down and the Big East is rising. It just seems like the Big East is just, besides the SEC, which has your Auburns, Arkansas, your Kentuckys, your Purdue's, your Wisconsin's, all your top tier teams. The Big East is working. Big East is working. They got some colleges in there. So it's going to be interesting to see obviously tomorrow's games, college games. But
who you got? We're in the Final Four, so
yeah, I think Florida poses too many problems for that Duke lineup. I mean, God bless Cooper Flagg for doing what he's supposed to do, being the guy that's going to be a top 3 draft pick and taking his team to the Final Four.
Top 3. You don't think he's number 1?
In my head, yes. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. We're going to talk about him later.
Yeah.
First year freshman takes his team to the title.
That's right.
That's, for me, that's someone that should be in the top 5 of your draft picks. That should be someone that's in your top 5 of your draft picks. Not someone who gets, doesn't even take his team to the tournament. Someone who gets, bounced in the first round. That's not somebody KD, what, Elite 8, if I'm not mistaken, with Texas.
Something like that.
Yeah, Elite 8 with Texas. If I'm in my head, I'm looking at players that have taken their teams to finals or even the Final Four, and you see that they still have that same motor going into the NBA from college. And then I see other guys who have either left after a year. Obviously, Melo's a offshoot, but other guys that have left after a year never took their team to even the tournament, let alone a championship, and they fizzle out after 10 years because they didn't have the drive.
True. So you have Florida defeating Duke, and you got Houston or Auburn.
I'll go with, what, I like Auburn's team. What? I like their team in general. I like the freshman guard. I think his name's Pettigrew.
Yeah, Pettiford. Pettiford.
Tough. Lefty, tough.
But yeah, so I'm from Jersey, Auburn. I believe, right? Jersey?
If I'm not mistaken.
I think he's Jersey.
Let me see. Pettigrew.
I would assume he's Jersey. Pettiford.
Pettiford, Auburn. There we go. Tahad
Pettiford.
Tahad Pettiford. And he is from Hudson. Wait a minute. Is this the high school up the block from me? No, it's not. Is it?
Maybe.
It is.
So Jersey.
Jersey City. Oh,
there you go.
Shut up. He went to Jersey City.
Right down the block from you.
Right down the block from Hudson Catholic Regional.
Yep.
Wow. Look at that. 19. Sidebar too. I'm getting tired of hearing these 5th year, 6th year seniors.
The super seniors.
I'm starting to hear a lot of that, and obviously, I think there's injuries involved with that.
Injuries and COVID too, so you can't really blame them for that.
So he was an All-American. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. He only played 3 games during his junior year before, so he had an injury. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Listen, we talk about McDonald's All-American game. I don't know what they were thinking by not by not bringing on Cayenne, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, I got Auburn.
So Auburn and Florida in your natty. What, you got Florida the whole thing?
Yeah, I got Florida the whole thing. I just like their line. I like their front court.
Yeah.
Which can match well with Auburn's.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like their guard play. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, very. So, and then listen with the women's side, real quick. I think it's going to be UConn and South Carolina. That could be. Listen, if you get that natty, that's going to do numbers. Obviously, if Juju was healthy, I would have had USC the whole ride. But getting possible UConn and South Carolina going for a back-to-back. Paige Becker is going for a natty. I think this will be her final game at UConn because she declared for the draft. Future future Dallas wing possibly on the horizon. So we'll see what happens with that game. But I think if you get that game off, that's going to be some heavy numbers right there.
It's going to be your Rumble in the Jungle. It's going to be your main event. It's without a doubt. They need to have that happen. So referees, blow the.
Oh boy,
referees, you know what to do. Referees, you know what to do, baby. You know what to do. I ain't even got to tell you too much. You got to do what's best for the numbers. So I don't expect anything else. I expect it to be a close game. I expect no foul trouble. And I expect it to draw a lot of fans, millions and millions of fans. Yeah, for sure. The women's game is phenomenal. It's getting better and better every year. So I'm excited for where it goes, man.
I mean, listen, we don't know about the ratings and rankings, but if you tell me, hey, I can get Florida and Auburn on one side and South Carolina, UConn on the other, I wouldn't be surprised if more so UConn and South Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, but they definitely got to get South Carolina in somehow, some way, because that is that's their Cody Rhodes.
We gotta finish the story. You gotta finish the story. Oh boy.
Yeah, man. They got.
All right. So baby. Look, let's go to the main reason why we are here. I could pull up right here, can I? All right, I'm gonna get this thing out the way. All right, so official. Carmelo Anthony has been elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, class of 2025. First ballot Hall of Famer. I did not think it was going to be anything. I think first ballot is appropriate. So if he didn't go first ballot, then it's a lot of fucked up things going on. But we can go up and down the resume. But you talk about multiple time All-Star, 10-time All-Star, playoffs, a culture changer in the world of basketball, Olympic gold medalist, and just overall great dude on the court and off the court. I think he's the headliner of this Hall of Fame class. I know some others were in the running. I don't know who they are, but I think the Mellow Man might be the headliner, the guy who's gonna go last and talk the longest. So I'm not shocked by it. I think it's well deserved. Yeah, he didn't win an NBA championship, but a lot of people in the Hall of Fame did not, and you can consider them an all-time great. People can be all-time greats even without a championship. So, but this guy coming into Denver in 2003 in that draft class with LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh, and to change the trajectory and the culture of a franchise like the Denver Nuggets, who were pretty decent in the 90s and early 2000s, but They had a new logo. They changed the colors. They changed the uniforms. They knew what they were getting with this guy to be the franchise of this team going forward. And you know, they got to the conference finals in '09. They got to many playoff appearances. But he was the main guy. He was a catalyst. And then obviously he goes to New York in 2011 and has good years with them as well. Then he goes to OKC, then Houston, then Portland, then the Lakers. So I mean, overall, just to me, a major Hall of Fame career for Carmelo. But I think what also adds to this, and then you would notice, but what he does off the court as well, which makes him like you're just an overall good person. So not just the basketball, but just the father, philanthropist, and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of adds to your Hall of Fame resume.
Carmelo.
That's right.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Randy. I remember first hearing about Carmelo Anthony being, paired with LeBron James, saying these are the guys.
And should have been 2004 Rookie of the Year, by the way.
We're gonna keep doing. We're gonna be doing a lot of that in this conversation. We're gonna be doing a lot of that in this conversation. So who won Rookie of the Year? LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron.
LeBron won.
I love
Rookie of the
LeBron,
Year.
but come on now.
Now, here's what's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. You do know there was a co-Rookie of the Year once, right?
I think more than once. I think twice. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was twice.
Voters could not choose, which is fine. I loved it. Voters could not choose between Grant Hill and Jason Kidd.
Yes, 94.
They said we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So it's co-Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
I was like, okay, that makes sense because they both fire. They both fire. Look, okay, all right, okay, okay. The league said,
but also Elton Brand and Steve Francis, right? If I'm not mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we can look that up. We'll be corrected if we're wrong, obviously.
Okay.
But the concept is they did Cole before. They should have did Cole this year as well, but they gave it to LeBron. And I'm like, why? Because if you look at the numbers,
you tell me why.
I don't know. I don't know, right? So you start off with me hearing that he's the man, and then I saw him play for Syracuse. And the first thing I noticed on the breakdown, shout out to the breakdown I do on TikTok, the breakdown with Denny Blanco.
That's right.
The breakdown with Denny Blanco. The first thing I noticed about Melo's game was his jab step. I haven't seen a more sexier jab step since. Okay? And when I talk about sexy, when I say you get to Randy, a lot of people, we get taught basketball, triple threat, right? We get taught the triple threat, having the ball in the pocket. And then we get taught the jab step. His jab step was fire. Because every time he put it out there,
like
do it again.
like oh shit. Like I'm lost. No, because he would do that. He'll do the jab step like and then by the time you get back, the ball is already in the air.
Again, the jab step is made to get the defender off you to create space.
Yeah. And one thing he would do, he'll keep the ball up. Like he'll do this, then the jab, and then keep the fucking ball up here. Like he won't do the jab down here. He would, but most times it's up here, like boom. It's over for you.
He's giving you the ball up in the air jab. He's giving you the I'm gonna go buy you jab. And guys would just be like, and then it's up. And when I say it's up, he had the same pure jump shot at Syracuse. It was pure. If you left him open, it was wet. Wins a championship with the Qs.
Yes. As a freshman, by the way, freshman.
1 year. I said, he's him. And I'm looking at the lineups, and I see Denver at 3, and I say to myself, yeah, Melo won't be there. Melo won't be there. Number 1, LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Detroit's number 2.
Oh,
they're going to pick Melo. They're going to pick Melo. Darko Milicic. This is before internet. This is before we all knew. We all could see what was going on. We didn't know who the hell he was. Detroit had just won a chip. God bless them. They felt that they didn't need Melo.
No. Wait.
Correct me.
Detroit won the title the year after. So they were like in the conference finals in 03.
Oh, okay. They were in the conference
finals. I think that's where they got. Could Tayshaun, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I think Tayshaun was not on that 03 team. He got there in the 03 going into 04. So if I'm in the mind of Joe Dumars, I don't draft Melo because I got Tayshaun Prince already. Right? So I have Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey. I don't even have Rasheed at this point. Rasheed comes in later on at the trade deadline in 04. So you have a good nucleus, a good playoff team, right? That can get you a championship, but like they didn't become champions until the year after. Now, if you would have added Melo to that process, along with all the pieces, this guy could have been a multiple-time champion without a shadow of a doubt.
They were on the cusp of winning a chip. And depending on your strategy as a GM, as a coach, whatever, when you're building your team, it's either a strategy of you draft what you need, versus you draft the best talent available.
Yes.
They drafted what they needed. God bless. God bless.
I don't think he played. Like, how can you say I needed a big man or whatever, and you don't even play him?
Once again, Larry Brown. Once again, Larry Brown. Whatever. Keep sweeping. Melo goes to Denver, and immediately a team that's never made the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, makes the playoffs that first year. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure folks will correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, let me do some research. I think they made.
Larry Brown first year they won the title, because I think that the year prior, I think was it Flip Saunders?
Flip Saunders did coach Detroit. Yes.
Sorry, no, Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle was 03.
Carlisle. Right.
So then they got rid of him. Then they got Larry Brown. He comes in and wins the championship. But that 03 roster, Chucky Atkins, John Barry, Chauncey, Michael Curry, Hubert Davis, Rip Hamilton, Danny Manning. Wow. Mehmet Okur. Tayshaun was on there. But Tayshaun was a rookie. So in year 2, that would have been Melo's year 1. Don Reed, Big Dog, Cliff Robinson, Pepe Sanchez, Ben Wallace, and Corliss Williamson was the 03 roster.
Temple's greatest, Pepe Sanchez. People don't look him up.
But like as you see on the screen, we go back to this. Like I think obviously LeBron with the hype, the King James and number 1 overall pick, and Akron and this and that, the Nike. You would think, all right, he should be, just before you play a game, all right, he should be unanimous rookie of the year. But now when you play the games, great numbers, 21, 6-6, 2 steals. But the catalyst is the fact that Melo made the playoffs that year. In that tough Western Conference where you have, at that time, the Lakers, the Spurs, Sacramento Kings, the Trailblazers, the Mavericks, like that was a Phoenix Suns. That was a who's who of Western Conference basketball. You had back Minnesota with Garnett, like
Hall of Famers.
All Hall of Famers, all champions. Like, yo, damn, I think even with this, they were the 8th seed, but still, you made the playoffs as an 8th seed. LeBron and the Cavs did not. So, like, all right, Melo 21, 6-3, and 1 steal is like, all right, why am I not rookie of the year, even though I made the playoffs and all that?
He's not rookie of the year because LeBron came out of high school. That's it. That's the only thing I can point to. It's not the numbers. It's a better story. Melo did 1 year of college.
And won a national championship. And that wasn't enough to overshadow this young man coming from high school straight into the league.
Go figure. So you have that. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets for not retiring his number, you dirty sons of bitches. You're probably going to see now you have a dilemma.
I'm gonna get to that. I did see it up somewhere, but
I'll skip that. I said they're gonna have dilemma down the line, but that's neither here nor there. So now you go to the Knicks.
Hold up. That Cavalier roster won 35 games.
Thank you for the clarity. Definitely should have been Rookie of the Year.
Then hold up. I'm gonna get the Nuggets 04.
Definitely should have been Rookie of the Year.
Denver Nuggets, hold on, 04. They won 43 games.
Okay.
So
yes.
And they finished, they were 8th. Yeah, they lost to Minnesota with Garnett and Sprewell, Sam Cassell. That Minnesota, number 1 seed Minnesota, in 5. So they got a dub over Minnesota. I can't get Rookie of the Year, but you know,
no, you can't. Goes to the Knicks after 7 years, 8 years in Denver. Great years. Couldn't win a chip. He got close. Western Conference Finals.
09
got close
against the Lakers.
Right, got close. Came to the Knicks. Came home.
Mm-hmm.
Gave you all-star work.
Yep.
Gave you the most points scored in Madison Square Garden.
That's right.
Most perennial all-star. Wins USA medals. Unfortunately, farthest he could go with the team that I loved, with Jason Kidd, Raymond Felton, J.R. Smith, Melo, Tyson Chandler, Amari Stoudemire, Steve Novak. Got to the Eastern Conference semifinal as far as that he could take the Knicks. And the Knicks said, we've had enough. We're going to rebuild. And that's when I blame the NBA. That's why I point directly to the NBA and say, y'all did Melo dirty after the Knicks. Y'all should have did him a little bit better.
Oh yeah, we all agree. Listen, so after New York, it was OKC. I think he was productive in OKC. Paul George, Westbrook. It just when it got to Houston, they started doing that dumb shit, and it's the next they start putting analytics and this and that. Like, oh, we can use him here. Then he had Mike D'Antoni, and they. You
heard what Melo said. You heard what Melo said. Mike D'Antoni told him. He said Melo said Mike D'Antoni told him. He said it on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. He literally said, yeah, they told me, you don't shoot 3-pointers. I mean, no.
Oh, stay in the corner.
Don't shoot mid ranges. Stay in the corner.
And last time I checked, that's Melo's game, mid range.
No, 20,000 points mid range. And you gonna tell that man
your man is top 10. I forgot to say it in the beginning. Like, Carmelo's a top 10 all time leading scorer in the NBA.
But you want to put him in the corner. God bless.
Put me in the corner.
That's
no. Hey, top 10 all time, brother. I'm just here. I'm just hanging out. I'm here doing nothing. Oh, don't need me tonight? All right, cool, man.
Got tiring. Then he gets to, listen. Houston, OKC, Portland, Lakers.
Okay? He was good in Portland. I like Melo in Portland.
He was fine in Portland with Dame.
It's just the fucking Rockets, bro. The Rockets. Like, yo, what are you doing?
And I think James Harden was still there. I think, was Westbrook still there?
No. I think CP3 was there.
CP3, Melo, and Harden. I gotta double check. Yeah, I gotta double check.
Because they lost a reason that free agency period, and they got Melo.
Right.
But now when you tag team him with D'Antoni, it's like even before that, the Phil Jackson of it all, that was bad. That was bad.
Like, you guys have to understand too, chat. You have to understand it's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. You'd be surprised how many coaches help players become their best version of themselves. Yeah. Steve Kerr, Steph Curry. You'd be surprised how many coaches are detriments to your game. D'Antoni, Melo, Phil Jackson, Melo. You have philosophies. I get it. You got your Phil Jacksons, your OGs of the coaching game that don't want to change. Triangle.
Yeah.
Triangle. All right. But do you think the triangle and Melo did well working in the triangle, even though he didn't want to?
Yeah, but it's the personnel you have. So when it was working, you had the veterans, J Kidd, and you had Rashid there. You had Meta. You had plus you had Shumpert and those young boys. Like, oh, okay, like Ray Felton. Like, all right, we can do some work. But then after that, no, that was Mike Woodson. So Mike Woodson was the coach. Then
Mike
like
Woodson, yeah,
a year and a half later, you get rid of him. Hey, this guy just took you to the conference finals for the first playoff. Well, they went 2011, 2012 with D'Antoni. Then Woodson got in. But this is the furthest you've gone since what? 2000. Because you made playoffs in 2004. You got swept by Jersey. After that, then it's 11. You lose to Miami first round, and 2012 first round, I think, and then 13 you go to conference semis. Now it's like, oh, now all right. Now how do we build? Chandler was on the roster. Amari Stoudemire on the roster, like defensive player of the year. Chandler on the roster. Like how do we build? And then it just went left after that. So I'm like, those years became like, all right, we can't waste this guy's years here with not bringing the talent. It's like like LeBron in Cleveland. You want him to stay, but you got to add the pieces. You can't add me these like expect him to stay. Like if that's, I'm out.
I'll land the plane on Melo with this. Do you know Kobe Bryant? Out of Kobe Bryant's mouth, rest in peace to the God, Kobe Bryant. We miss you, big bro. Do you know who he said was the hardest cover?
Melo. And you know what? He ain't the only guy that has said that. Which also adds, like, yo, tell me about. You talk about, you ask a lot of veterans, the Garnetts, the Paul Pierces, LeBron, Kobe, like, yo, like Knuckleheads asked, who's the guy that busts your ass, or who's the toughest guard play the guard? They all gonna tell you fucking Melo, bro. Because he would just like the body frame, the beast. You talk about 6'7", 6'8", like,
See,
like get off me, like you I'm a fucking action figure, bro. Get off me.
There's a video. Kobe, there's a video. Kobe and Melo. Melo's in Denver.
Okay.
This whole scenario, this whole scene, if you Google it, it's on X. Somebody from Denver takes a shot. Melo's under the rim.
Yeah.
Kobe's on the side of him.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe tries to box out Melo. Melo goes, move, baby. Move. Baby, move. Kobe goes, right? Melo grabs the rebound. No, they're still fuming. They didn't even grab it yet. They're still fighting. Melo pushes him off. Kobe goes, tries to engage him again. Melo pushes him off again, slaps him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of here. Slaps him in the face. Grabs the rebound. Comes down.
Did you say, fuck out of here, I got it?
Is offensive. Grabs the rebound. Offensive rebound. Kobe's fouling him. He fouls him on the way up. Takes the pain. Lays it up. And as he's laying it up, Kobe's pushing him in the stomach. Takes the body and lays it, and he just turns around and goes back down. I say, yeah, that was when Kobe knew. That's when Kobe knew.
If he's doing all of that, and it's not phasing Melo, like I'm like,
no,
doing all that, yeah, bro.
It didn't
what you
like
doing?
Like a mosquito running into a glass. Like literally, he was like get off me. And then understand how many players Kobe played against.
A lot.
LeBron James. Let me back up. The talented players Kobe has seen with his two eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Talented. Tracy McGrady. Manu Ginobili. D. Wade. CP3.
Paul Pierce. Vince Carter.
Paul Pierce.
Allen Iverson.
Vince Carter. Allen Iverson. All these players that he had to go up against, he said, That guy pisses me off. He's bigger than me. He's bigger than me physically. He's taller than. I mean, he's my same size. He's big. No, he's taller. Melo's taller.
Yeah, Melo's taller.
Bigger physically. And guess what? I have no weakness in my game. I can go left. I can go right. I can post. I got a mid-range. I can shoot spot of threes.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally shoot walk-in threes. I can handle the rock. And then I can post. I think I said post. I throw you right in here. Get you right on my back. I see Melo post Kobe Bryant. Point.
Yeah.
I see Melo post LeBron James. Layup. I see Melo post Paul Pierce.
Yeah. It's
like
baby food, barbecue chicken. Like you got me, fam. You okay?
Come down here.
Long night, buddy.
Come down here, and then once again, he'll get it in the post, give you post moves, but that jab step. Now you get to the post, and then it's you like
the jab
jump
and the
shot.
fadeaways is
fade spin move, fade away, and again, I haven't seen a jab step that sexy in a very, very long time. Carmelo's jab step, D-Wade's pump fake.
Damn, bro. I'm not jumping, D-Wade. Shoot the ball, bro.
Stay the fuck
and
down,
Kobe too.
bro.
Kobe's like,
Kobe too. Kobe's I'm like, bro, Kobe's reverse pivot. Just sexy, unguardable. Good. Steve Smith's fake spin. Yeah. Michael Jordan's fadeaway. It's unguardable, but the jab step was so simple that I was just like, wow. So
the most basic move that you learn growing up playing basketball.
One of the first.
It's like just create space, like and then that's it. Like, but it's the mastery of the footwork. It's it's like how you do it, when you do it. Do you do it multiple times? Because the defender's like, okay, I don't know what Melo's gonna do. I know this is his bread and butter, but he might catch me off guard, and if he does, I'm done.
Jimmy Butler has it too. Jimmy Butler has developed one too, where it's like a jab shimmy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a jab shimmy, and you don't know which way he's going. And I'm starting to see him often. I'm like, oh yeah, he's working on that.
And
jab
like a
step.
Harden too. Harden would add the jab, but then like the dribble, but then he goes to the to the left, to the right, and then pull off a jump shot. Like he added more elements to that.
Nah, James was doing it just to tease you. Yeah. Melo was doing it to get you off because it was the jab, it's up.
Mm-hmm.
Jab, perfect, gone. James is like, I'm just gonna throw this out here, but you know I'm not gonna move yet. So let me just throw this out and see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dance.
Yeah, let's dance, buddy.
Yeah, it's like, jab step. All right, let's dance. Melo would give you 4, 5 jab steps.
Yeah.
4 to 5. James is giving you 1 or 2, and he's gonna go into his back.
Bro, I seen him score 50. I saw the clip earlier this week when the announcement happened. He scored 50. This is as a Knick in Miami. He scored 50 off jump shots. That's it.
Pure. Go look at the video.
I saw it.
Pure jab step.
I thought, hold on, where 50? Let me see, bro. 3-pointer, mid-range, fadeaway, elbow jump shot. I'm like,
pure.
No layup, no dunk, no
free throws. No, we get to the work. It's going in the rim.
Yeah.
Whoever was guarding him that day from Miami, God bless you. There was nothing you could do because the jab step was jab stepping. Yeah. You saw it in those clips too, because he wasn't. The beauty about it, Melo can dribble.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to. Melo has a bag when he wants to get into a handle bag, but he doesn't need to, because once he hits you with the jab, either you're going to get off him, or he's going to literally put his 250 on you, and you're gonna have. I mean, God bless Kobe. He was trying to.
And on
was
top
fine.
of that, when you have that and you pretty much have like the smoothest jump shot,
It's pure.
like of the smoothest, purest jump shot, and it's
Pure.
like you're there, you're like then you just elevate, and it's like
Pure.
his jump shot is like a Ken Griffey swinging the bat. It's just like
Sexy.
oh, man,
It's sexy, yeah.
like
It's sexy.
it's like wow,
It's sexy.
like wow, like damn, that's
Wow.
amazing, bro. Like anybody else, like Gary Sheffield doing all this wild shit, like nah, bro, what we doing? Griffey is like, and then like a golf swing. Whoa, Melo's like
Griffey and Barry Bonds. Griffey, Barry Bonds, and probably Alex Rodriguez have probably those three have probably the most beautifulest swings.
And probably Strawberry too.
The Dow Strawberry as well.
Yeah,
it's one of the most beautiful swings I've ever seen. It's like they're not trying. They're just literally.
It's too easy.
Yeah, it's just they're not trying. So
it's too easy. It's like T-Mac. T-Mac would be, yo, T-Mac got 30. Like that should look mad easy. Like his game was just so effortless, like just the way he was. But it's like just the elevation, the technique is like, damn, son. Like growing up, yo, I want my jump shot to emulate this guy or that guy. Not saying I want the range like Curry, but I want my form to be a certain. And we all done that. We all mimic the Jordan form, the Kobe form, and it's like you want to. I want the fucking elevation like T-Mac. I want the elevation like Carmelo. I want this like.
I've studied Melo's because you know me. I'm an assassin. So I like to shoot. You start laughing, you little dirtbag. Listen,
right, little fake Bobby Jackson right here.
You start laughing when I said I was a little assassin. Yeah, I'm a little assassin. Like, you know what I mean? I still give you a little 8-10 points. But early on, Reggie Miller was the guy. Right? I always wondered because Reggie Miller, when I say Reggie Miller, they say his jump. Reggie Miller was one of our premier jump shooters in the league, right? But they said his jump shot wasn't, his form wasn't the best, right?
It wasn't.
Right. So I started watching Reggie, then I started watching Ray Allen, then I started watching Melo.
Oh yeah, Ray Allen too. Yes, Ray Allen, yes, big time.
Started watching their release. And where their elbow, how far in their elbow was, and where they're actually releasing the ball. I started watching that often. And Melo, there's all different types of shooting. Like you got guys that shoot at the peak of their jump shot. They jump in the air, then when they get to the highest form, they shoot. Then you got guys that do it all in one motion. Yeah, Melo's the one motion man. Yeah, Melo is literally, it's up. It's as soon as I raise, it's up. Curry too. As soon as I raise, it's up. Trae Young, same concept.
He's more of a push shot.
Yeah, it's like
the up and the release. That's like Melo, T-Mac, Kobe.
Yeah.
Like Vince Carter, the Jordan.
But if you're trying to be pure, if you're trying to have a pure jump shot, Carmelo Anthony, watch his games, watch how he releases his form, watch how it's the same every single time. The same form, the same release, every single time. That's why he was a scoring machine. That's why he has over 20,000 points in the league. And that's why he's a goddamn Hall of Famer on the first ballot. Salute, Carmelo Anthony. Salute. Salute, my guy. Salute.
Yeah, he's number 10 at 28,289.
10 all time.
All time. Before I get one more point with Melo, do you know who's right? Like when I say behind him, like there's somebody active right behind him that could. It might take a little while, but this guy could pass Carmelo to be top 10. He'd be like, what? He's still active today.
Giannis
currently
Giannis.
As far as I see, he's not in the top 25. Right?
Whoopsie.
No, he's not.
So who is it? KD.
KD is number 8 right now.
Oh, you said 10. All right, so skip.
Yeah, someone who's number 11 right now could pass Melo at number 10. He's active.
Who's still scoring? Who's still scoring in the league?
I'll break it down. From 11 to 25, 3 people are active. So you have 3 people who are active that are in 11, 20, and 25.
So it's got to be a scorer. It's got to be somebody who's been in the league for a period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm stumped. Who?
And KD is the only active player to be in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said KD off top, but obviously he's top 10.
All right, number 25, Steph Curry. 25,242. Number 20, Russell Westbrook. 26,148.
James Harden.
James Harden, number 11.
James Harden. I'm like somebody who's scoring, somebody who obviously has been.
Did you look it up?
No, dead ass. No,
okay.
no. I would tell you if I cheat.
I have my other screen. I'm like, I'm looking over here. I can't tell if you're cheating or not.
No. I would tell you if I cheat. You know my vibes. I tell you.
I don't know.
No, I tell you if I cheat. I'm very forthcoming. Because I want my props when I want my props. No, I said James Harden. In my head, first thing I thought was they're still playing. They scored a lot, and they have a long career. James Harden was the only thing that popped in my head. I was like, oh no, James Harden's still there. Okay, yeah, and he's still, possibly. Yeah. James Harden may
Melo is at 28,289. Harden is 27,527. So he's not that far behind.
Next 5 years. Yeah, he'll take care of that in the next 5 years.
Yeah, he's not that far behind.
I want to ask you something just to pivot before we go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Is Paul George a Hall of Famer?
Is Paul George a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I think because the way the NBA Hall of Fame has been recently, where they're adding people who have not won a championship, or like, to me, I say Grant Hill's a Hall of Famer. He's in there. Some could say, why is he in there? Some could say, I know T-Mac is in there. For me, T-Mac Hall of Fame. Some could say, why T-Mac? Because he did not win a championship and he didn't get past the first round to play all the other stuff. We're talking about player. T-Mac was, if you say best players in 2000s, T-Mac is on that list.
Transcendent.
For a whole decade, transcending kind of player.
Transcendent talent.
Because if you're going to have a Hall of Fame with just winners and chip people, then
No.
you're going to lose out a lot of talented people.
Yeah, sure.
Paul George is kind of like in that T-Mac category. Like no chips, multiple All-Stars. Maybe PG got a gold medal. I'm not too sure. Again, like T-Mac did not play in the finals. I know T-Mac was on that San Antonio Spurs roster, but he didn't play in the finals against Miami. Paul George, furthest he got was conference finals with the Clippers, right? So if you're gonna, so it's saying if he retired tomorrow, is he a Hall of Famer?
He's a Hall of Famer.
I think by those standards of Grant Hills and the T-Macs, I think Paul would get in.
He's a Hall of Famer based on the numbers.
On the numbers, yes.
He's a Hall of Famer based on the numbers. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a short answer. Is he on my Hall of Fame? No,
you're probably going to say no.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. You can get in the room. You're going to be invited into the room, Hall of Fame room. You won't be able to sit at the same table with LeBron, KD, and Steph.
Okay, hold up. Paul George, just so we can clarify our memories. Career average on a round off, 21, 6, and 4 career. 9-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, 4-time All-Defensive Team, all rookie team in 2011, and the most improved player in 2013. I mean,
numbers suggest he's a Hall of
numbers and
Famer.
accolades,
Numbers suggest he's a Hall of Famer. He's just not on my team. He's just not on my team. Mm-hmm.
I got this point before we wrap up, so I want to show you this. Because this just I think happened like yesterday.
Also, yeah, before we get out of here, we got to look at the playoff matchup. Yep.
I'll show you this. All right. So, obviously, with Melo going in the Hall of Fame, now Sports Center wants to ask which number 15 goes in the rafters, right? People can debate about it. Two different eras with Denver. We know what Melo did. We know Joker, what he's currently doing. Got the championship 2 years ago, so that's a bigger check in his category box. But to solve all problems, matter of fact, I just answer the question: who goes up, Melo or Joker, for what they're asking?
It's going to be Joker, and it's going to be. Let me explain the reason why. Not that I like that answer, right? It's going to be Joker because they wouldn't even retire Melo's 15. After all the years he put in to help that team do what they did, be an attractive destination, whether or not you say it was or not, making the playoffs every single year, you don't want to retire his number. So now you're going to retire 2 15s?
I think the best scenario is what Melo says. Fuck it. Put both up.
Because Melo knows at this point, right now, if Joker stopped playing, he's going up there.
Of course.
Right now.
That's why I agree with both, because he also says two different type of players, no comparisons, only respect. Put his number up there. It should never be a comparison. We don't even have the same play style. I had my time and era. He had his.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Fuck it. I think you put both up. You put both up. Because Joker got you. Joker is the new modern day Denver with the championships and just the multiple MVPs and triple double master. Yeah, that's automatic. He talk about one of the best bigs ever in the game of basketball. But you cannot negate and forget the era prior to this, right?
Oh, people always do, because that's what history. That's why we're here.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Don't forget history, because hey, I was the Denver Nugget guy for 9-10 years. No, I'm sorry, like 7-8 years, holding it down with probably less help than what Joker has now. I know he had AI and the Kenya Martins and the Cambies, and he had Billups. What?
No.
What we doing?
No. It's not even close. Not even.
You're saying Joker has a better Nugget team than what Melo did. Okay. No, but Melo has some good players. I'm saying, like, and again, it was to me a tougher Western Conference than now.
No, yeah, definitely.
Am I right or wrong on that?
You're right again.
Okay, right. Making sure, because some could say this current era of Western Conference is pretty tough.
No.
But back then,
do your research. San Antonio Spurs, that was the dynasty. That was a dynasty window around there. Do your research as well. You had the Phoenix Suns that were dope. You had San Antonio that was dope. You had Dallas that had Dirk Nowitzki. You had Memphis still popping with Gasol, if I'm not mistaken, still there with Zach Randolph.
Zebo was in Portland, then goes to later on in Memphis, San Antonio, Dallas, Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns. The Clippers were good back then. Minnesota, the Lakers, like, bro, that Western Conference was no joke. That's like a murderer's row. Like, yo, hold up. All right, round one, I get Sacramento, cool. C-Web, Bike Baby, I bet. Round two, I get fucking Dallas with Nash and Dirk and Finley. I bet. Conference finals could be Lakers, Kobe, Shaq, Gary Payton, Karl Malone, or Minnesota with Garnett, Sprewell, Gasol. And then, oh, by the way, there's the NBA finals. Like, it's like that shit was tough, bro. People that we talk about how great the 90s were, granted, but that 2000s basketball with the forwards, bro, with the Western Conference by itself.
Scary hours.
The position that Melo played.
Scary hours.
It was a lot.
Oh,
it was
also to understand too. See, excuse me. I just want this. Excuse my language. Excuse my language.
Oh.
These sons of bitches today are pussies. Melo had to guard the other small forward.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the times where the point guard guarded the point guard, the small forward guarded the small forward. You couldn't run from your matchup. Tracy McGrady had to guard Kobe Bryant for 48 minutes.
And vice versa. No, Kobe at the 2 took the challenge. You know what? I'll guard the small forward. That's my guy. That's my assignment.
It's a challenge. When you look around and no one else has the heart. No one else. You looking around like, all right. So who has Tracy McGrady?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take him.
Kobe, like, I got him.
No problem.
And you know what? I got him. I don't want no double team.
No, pussy.
We're not doubling team. I got him.
No, pussy. See, that's my point. That's my point when I use these vulgar words, and that's the last time I'm going to use it.
Okay.
He said okay. The concept. He said okay. The concept is it just gets me riled up when I see, Steph last night getting guarded by Steph getting guarded by what's my man from Dallas that's just went to the Lakers. Damn. This name slips my mind. Came with Luka. Finney Smith.
Oh, Finney Smith.
Yeah, they had Finney Smith. I'm like, they put Vincent on him, but he cooked Vincent, which is fine. But those are the days where you literally had to guard your you had to guard your position. Yeah. Nowadays they don't do that. So we're not going to be getting Brunson versus, I don't know.
Well, I mean, listen, part of that comes with height too. So it's like, hey, is Trae Young going to guard Halliburton at the point guard? No, he's not. It just that's the evolution of the position.
Halliburton's not
Trae Young, 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", going to guard Halliburton at 6'8". No, he's not. So you automatically have to make that.
That's one example. That's one example.
Yeah,
but that's one example. But you have other games where once again,
it's like Curry. Curry don't guard all the point guards like that,
and he should. Remember let me tell you something. You know the last time Curry tried to guard guards all the way through? Remember the last time he tried to do that?
Or Kyrie. And look what happened. Got him. Got him. Game winner. Game 7. You heard?
Steve Kerr said,
nope.
That's enough of that.
That's more.
Enough of that. Like we tried.
Yeah. We
tried, but we should have put Clay on him, or not that it would make a difference, put Clay on him. But yeah, they was like, all right, Steph, you can't guard these. You can't guard the guards. You got to guard power forwards, shooting guards now. West Side.
All right, here we go. Before we wrap up, the current standings as of after last night, April 3rd. OKC won. The Rockets officially clinched a playoff berth. Congrats to them. Number 2. Denver is now 3. Lakers 4. Warriors 5. Memphis is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Play-in are Minnesota, Clippers, Dallas, and the Kings. Outside looking in are the Phoenix Suns and, dare I say, the Portland Trail Blazers.
I want the world and the record to show. Kevin Durant called me a genius because I said the Phoenix Suns need defense, not offense. The Phoenix Suns are 11th right now. I don't even know if they're going to get into the play-in. The play-in is where? 10th?
7, 8, 9, 10.
You dig what I'm saying? If you had told me at the beginning of the season, the Timberwolves, Clippers, Mavs, probably the Mavs because they still had the same team and then obviously the big trade.
Yeah.
But Sacramento Kings would be in front of the Phoenix Suns? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's what, and I want to do this early too because I want to just put the tea leaves out there. I think Denver's winning a championship again.
What, you mean like this year?
I think the Denver Nuggets will win a championship again this year. I'm looking at the tea leaves and I'm sizing them up. And I'm asking myself, who's the best big man in the West?
Joker.
Who's the second best big man in the West?
Currently healthy.
Who's the second best big man?
It would have been Ann Davis, but that's why
Sengun?
I said Sengun, Ann Davis.
Let's not use Ann Davis.
Sabonis.
Let's not use Ann Davis for now.
Okay.
Sabonis.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I'm looking at OKC being young. I'm looking at Houston Rockets being young and having no center. I'm looking at OKC having their lineup being that big, maybe a hard out. I'm looking at the Lakers not having a big man. I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors not having a big man. I'm looking at Memphis having all the bigs but being too young with Edie. Don't get me wrong. They got Steven Adams over there, but I don't think he's a solution for Joker with Houston. I look at Minnesota. Yes, they have Rudy Gobert, but we already know what Rudy Gobert can and cannot do against. Well,
no.
What was the stat line? 60, 10, and 10?
61, 10, and 10.
He's not your MVP, Randy?
No. It's Shai Gilgeous. Bro, look at the graphic in front of you. A man is 17 games more wins higher than Joker.
There's nothing. Sidebar, Jamal Murray's been hurt all season. Let me ask you a question. There's nothing at this point, before we go to the East, at this point, there's nothing Joker can do to wrestle that MVP from him.
You want to throw in Jamal Murray? Oh, by the way, Chet Holmgren missed time, a lengthy time for OKC.
What year is Chet Holmgren in?
This is number 2, bro.
What year is Jamal Murray in?
+5.
Okay, did he win a championship with Joker?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so he's an experienced vet.
Yes.
That Joker didn't have, and you're comparing him to a rookie, technically second year.
We're talking about this season.
That's what we're talking about. You're comparing that Holmgren, a rookie, because I brought up Jamal being out. That's why they're third. You brought up Chet being out, and I'm like, Chet, yes, we talked about it. But I mean, we're not comparing Chet to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is way more important than Chet. Chet's an afterthought.
But Chet is very important to this whole operation for OKC. Without him, you thought, damn, like they're probably going to, because you add Hartenstein, a great addition, but is he going to provide you what Chet Holmgren provided you? You're probably like, nah, but the amount of time Chet missed, plus you had you had Chet out, you had Caruso out, so two of your people that are big and vital were out for a lengthy period of time, and the fact that he's averaged 30 points a game. Hold on, 30 points a game, bro. There's 64-12, bro. Did we think OKC was going to be 64-12 right now?
Okay, no, I didn't think that. To answer your question, so all season OKC's been number 1 in the West without Chet, technically, correct?
All season,
without Chet, correct?
Yeah.
So that would suggest that the team around SGA is good. Wouldn't that suggest that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it right there. We're talking about the MVP. Hold that thought. Okay. True or false? Was it Denver? Didn't Denver go like the 6th, 7th seed at one point? Did they drop in the seedings?
Might have. Yeah.
They did. They
Okay.
dropped in the seedings because Jamal Murray got hurt. And guess what happened? They dropped in the seedings because Joker didn't have any help. They dropped in the seedings. All of a sudden, Jamal Murray comes back. People get healthy. Guess what happens? They start rising in the seedings, and now they're third. So you're like, oh, well, the MVP has to. You obviously are going with the MVP needing to have the number one seed. You paint the picture with SGA like, oh, these are number one seed. They're the number one seed based on the great talent they have around SGA. So much so that Chet went down and they were good to go. Joker loses Jamal for a couple of weeks, and they dropped it like from second to sixth. And he has to fight to get back up. Joker has to fight to get back up somewhere in the 6-7 to fight to keep them afloat. And then Jamal gets back, and now they're 3. You got a guy who dropped 61, 10 and 10.
So then Jamal Murray should be MVP.
No. You know what? No.
The way you talk about it, he came back. Now they're winning.
I'll land this. I'll land the plane. The MVP should be the guy who's top 5 in 5 statistical categories in the NBA right now.
Bro.
That who should be the MVP.
If OKC had 64 wins right now and Denver was like at 59, 58, very close behind, okay, now we have a conversation. There's 17 games above the Denver Nuggets.
So games, it's the games. It's not actually what he's bringing as a most valuable player. It's the games. It's the wins.
Bro,
it's the wins.
It's the wins. It's how they're winning. It's the production. The best record.
SGA? Huh? Production of SGA? We don't have to do the numbers. We know Joker's numbers are better. We know Joker's numbers is better.
Let me just remind you what the numbers are, because you're gonna tell me, bro, averaging 33, 5 and 6 on 52% shooting, 38 from 52 from the floor, 90 from the free throw line. He's damn near played every game. Look,
Joker's numbers are better. They're better. You pull them up, they're better. They're so much better. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? This guy's a center? Those are guard numbers. Joker's putting up guard numbers. As a center.
Joker's only averaging 30, 13, and 10. Then what's the definition of what's the current landscape NBA 2025 definition of an MVP? Your numbers, and you could be 3rd, 4th, 5th seed.
When you're in the top 3 and you're leading 5 to statistical 5. I don't know if he's leading. He's in top 5. No, I'm saying it wrong. Joker is in the top 5 of 5 categories in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, and I forget the 5th one. Top 5. SGA is nowhere near him when it comes to numbers. Nowhere. 61, 10 and 10. And then also, too, let me land this plane, too, as well. SGA gives you 45 points. He's going to give you 4 assists, possibly. So that's 45 points. Let's say 40. Let me do the math right. 40 points, 5 assists. That's 50 points. Possibly, right? The 5 assists, maybe 2s or 3s. So it could be anywhere from 10 to 15 points, right? So let's just say 45 points. Let's say there are 3-pointers. 45 points he's providing you. SGA, 45 points. Joker gave you 61 points, then gave you 10 assists against a defensive team, Minnesota Timberwolves, who had nothing for him. Julius Randle said, listen, I don't even know what the hey man.
All right, I got you. One question. Did they win?
The last game?
When your man put 61, 10, and 10, did he win the game?
The last game, no, they didn't win the game. Jamal's hurt.
Oh,
Back to my original point. Jamal's not on the court.
So Jamal Murray's MVP. MVP.
I said you want to bring up his score, his record, and the losing.
Bro,
you need a team for that. He can only do so much. He gave you 61.
What I'm saying is, SGA is not like he's averaging 21 a game.
No, he's averaging 33.
It's not pedestrian. Yo, I got the best record, but it's a team thing. I get 22 again. I'm cooling. Then Joker, by all means, you got it. SGA is 33 a game, my brother.
You got,
and
you know what it is?
And this is back-to-back years he's doing it.
Joker has better numbers than he won when he won his MVP. I think you have voter fatigue. That's what it is, and it's fine. You have voter fatigue. You don't want to give Joker his props because he's been Joker for 3 years.
No,
it's voter fatigue.
I'm just trying to even open up your eyes and even up the landscape to say, hey, I know you're blinded by what Joker's doing. I know you are, because you're not even defending SGA at all. I'm trying to say, hey, this guy over here, first best record in back-to-back seasons, by the way. Did not get MVP last year, right? First seed last year, 30 a game, no MVP. Now the same thing at 64 wins, 33 a game, top record in the West, top record in NBA. And I'm like, oh, we're going to give it to the guy who got the third or fourth best record, who's 17 games behind me.
Who averages a triple-double like Giannis.
If that's the case, then Luka should have got MVP 2 years ago when he averaged a fucking triple-double.
Well, he didn't. Who got the MVP? Joker, right? I mean, you know.
He's not the only player in the league, bro.
Who's the Joker?
He's
the only player in the league. He's the only player in the league averaging a triple-double
with the third best record.
Having stated that,
in the West, we talk about overall NBA records. It's not even close. He probably is he top 10 record in the league.
Yeah.
Does he have a top 10 record in the league right now? If he's at 47 dubs, and we're gonna super duper land this plane, right? Look at this. Look at the East.
He's about fifth, sixth, maybe in the East, but it's the East. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers for doing their thing. They're still number one in the East. It looks cute during the regular season. I can't wait for the playoffs for you guys. Shout out to Boston, still holding a number 2. So these X's are all clinched playoff berths. Shout out to the New York Knicks. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's going to come back. Mikal Bridges, you're going to have to give him something more.
My bad. So right now, if it began today, Denver would take on Memphis. Lakers. I don't want the Lakers or Warriors first round, bro. I don't want. I think from a fan standpoint, give me that second round. LeBron, Curry. I don't want that first round.
That's why seeding matters.
In the East right now, the Knicks in Detroit, and then Indiana, Milwaukee.
Yeah. So if JB gets back. Obviously, OG's been playing very, very well. Shout out to Kat. Mikal Bridges is gonna have to give them some more.
Yeah,
obviously,
OG's
been balling the whole month. Shout out to him. It's exactly what I expected him to settle into.
Yeah.
But Mikal's gonna have to give them more. Indiana Pacers, they're holding steady at number 4. The Bucks. Giannis just gave you, I think 60. I gotta look at the numbers: 60, 20, and 17, something to that effect. They have no Dame Lillard.
What, recently he did that?
Yes, last night.
Whoa.
Last night. It's in the breakdown. It'll be up sometime today. But
last night, 35, 20, and 17. Damn, 20 assists for Giannis. What's going on?
You know what I said? I said those are the same passes he always makes. The team was just hot last night.
And this is without Dame, too.
And that's without Dame. That goes to show you if they hit shots. It was against the Sixers. He was just getting into the paint. Mm-hmm. And he just kicking it cross court. And guys were sitting there wide open. Yeah, you're going to get 20 assists. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Love what JB Bickerstaff has been doing over there. Kay Cunningham, I know I've been yelling, first team All-NBA. First team All-NBA. But there's only five positions. It's only 5 that I can give you. So shout out to him. Clearly, and then Banchero went to work last night too. Orlando and Atlanta sizing it up along with Miami, and then the Bulls. The Bulls have been playing very, very well the last couple of games. With Kobe White being player of the month, along with Giddey. So this is going to
he putting that work too. Giddey, he's putting that work.
Giddey after the All-Star break has been doing. I mean, I think he, if I'm not mistaken, had not a triple, but a quad. Was it called quad double? He was close to it. I think he had 8 assists. He had 8 steals. He had he was close to having a quad double. in all categories: points, rebounds, assists, and steals. I was like, yeah. So, shout out to
a quadruple double. He was almost
quadruple double, right? Yeah, he was close.
Yeah.
8 steals. So I said, bro, like,
bugging.
This guy's crazy. But shout out to the reloaded Heat. We'll see what happens with them. But but yeah, no, the Eastern Conference, it's going to be easier to predict, in my opinion, than the Western Conference when it comes to at least the first or second rounds. We can easily go to it, but the West, there are too many questions.
Right now, if you ask me in that play-in, I would want to see Minnesota because of Ant-Man in the official playoffs. I don't want to see Dallas without the Kyries, and we're not doing all that.
Give me chaos. Give
me the Clippers. Clippers could be Kawhi. Yeah, Kawhi, James Harden. Give me Minnesota and the Clippers.
Give me Minnesota and the Clippers to fight out the AC. Now I want the Timberwolves to go because I want a dogfight with OKC. I want a dogfight. I want Ant-Man at least win 2 games on his own. I want Julius Randle to win 1 by himself. I want that defense to give SGA fits. That's what I want. Will it happen? I don't know.
I mean, also I would want Phoenix because of Durant. So if it's not Durant, I'll take Minnesota and the Clippers. I want to see Durant in the playoffs, man. That's just me. You might feel differently, but
it's not about what I feel. It's about what possibly
could happen. Like even if they get in, can they beat the Rockets?
Can you get in and then lose in the first round? It's like, all right, like, but
so Phoenix, if they get in at 7, can they beat the Rockets at number 2?
No, not with Sengun, and no big to defend him on the Phoenix side. Hell no. And I'm not even talking about Jalen Green and all these other young boys they got, but with Sengun there, no. I listen. It's going to be very interesting how these seeds fall when it comes to the seeding. And they're saying Kawhi's healthy. Now, shout out to your man on one of the Morris twins on First Take saying that, he's more scared of Kawhi than Steph. God bless.
They look good too, the Warriors. Ever since the Jimmy trade, they've been
listen, they're
doing some work.
We're going to see how big Curry's back is because he's going to be carrying that team all through the playoffs. We're going to see. He's going to have to carry that team all through the playoffs. I don't know. That's another thing too about the West. I don't know, depending on the team. I don't know if Curry has enough to carry them by himself. I don't know if he has enough. Jimmy's one thing,
but that's why you get Jimmy to
one
help
thing.
Out with the scoring load defensively. Like I gotta guard the best players now. You know what Draymond gonna give you, but the Kumingas, the Pajimskis, and those guys.
Pajimski played well last night. That was the first time I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like 22 in the first half, something like that.
The first time I was like, oh, okay. I see it. Before I was like, why? Like, what's going on? But again, it's going to be the next 2 weeks. We're winding down into the playoffs. Next 2 weeks, we're going to get there, and matchups are going to be when you talk about the matchups. You're talking about defensively. You're talking about Kawhi, and you talk about all these other guys. That's what I'm looking forward to because in the playoffs, usually the matchups don't change. They stay the same for 7 games, and then you see which players adjust, which players can't do anything about that. I mean, just imagine, like I said, Minnesota, OKC. Who's guarding Ant-Man? Dort? Probably put Dort on him.
Jalen Williams?
Probably Jalen Williams on him, right?
Yeah.
And then Randall? Who's guarding Randall? Dort? Williams? What are you going to put? You're going to put
Chet or Hardenstein.
Hardenstein? But what about Gobert? Chet or
Hardenstein.
See, that's where these matchups start coming into play because I know you put
who's
Chet
guarding SGA or Minnesota? How about that question?
Ant-Man.
It's light barbecue chicken right there. Light.
Ant-Man could defend. I've seen him defend KD very well. I've seen him
Mhm.
defend Steph Curry very well. I've
Snipe.
seen he can defend. I mean, or you could put NAW on him.
Walker.
Second.
Walker.
Yeah, the NAW from Minnesota. I forget his name. I forget the full name. It's that acronym NAW. I think it's.
They also have McDaniels too.
They
McDaniels.
have a plethora of long guards that'll be able to defend SGA. Will they do a good job? Probably not. But they'll be there. So it's going to be interesting to see first round matchups. Yeah, give me Lakers, Golden State first round. God bless.
Oh boy. Denny Blanco, Randy Cruz. It's in the game podcast Friday afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back sometime next week. We'll get more clarity on the playoff picture. The NBA playoffs begins 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe. So we're right around the corner. Spring is here. Baseball's up and running. NBA basketball playoff is gonna be some fire shit down the road. Denny Blanco, Randy Cruz. It's in the game podcast. We out.
You heard it's in the game.
Yes, sir.